Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be solving another problem from LeetCode, which is called tree node. And it is a medium problem. So we are given a table tree, and in that we have two columns, ID and PID. ID is the column with unique values for this table. Each row of this table contains information about the ID of a node and the ID of its parent node in a tree. The given structure is always a valid tree. Each node in the tree can be of one of three types. Either it can be a leaf node, it can be a root node, or it can be an inner node. We have to write a solution to report the type of each node in the tree. So as you can see in the diagram, one is the root node because it does not have any parent, and parent ID as you can see is null. So one is the root node, and in the output as you can see in front of one we want root. Now if we look at two has two children, right? So 2 has two children, as you can see here. 2 has two children, 4 and 5. So this is the inner node. Because 2 has a parent 1, 2 has a parent 1, and 2 is present in the parent. As you can see, 2 is present in the parent ID column. So that means it has children, 4 and 5. So we can say that 2 is an inner node. Then let's go to 3. As you can see, 3 is not present in parent ID column. Right? So it is not present. So what we can say is it is a leaf node. That is, it does not have any children. Similarly, 4 and 5 does not have any children, and that's why 4 and 5 are also leaf nodes. So the logic that we will be writing is, so we will check first of all for each ID, for let's suppose this ID, we will check whether the parent ID is null. If it is null, we will put root. And now let's move on to second record. So for this ID, we will check whether this ID is present in the parent ID column. As you can see, it is present. That means it has children. And also the parent is not null. So that means it is an inner node because it has parent and it also has children. Else we will put it under leaf type. So let's write the solution. So what we will do is we'll do a select ID and then we'll use a case when statement. Case when p underscore ID is null, then we will call it root. And when ID is in and case when ID in select p underscore ID. So I'm just selecting all the parents from tree. When ID in this, then we will call this inner node. Else it will be a leaf node and as type from tree. So what we are doing is we have specified some conditions. That is, when PID is null, so that means parent ID is null. That is, it does not have any parent. So that means it will be a root node. So the first condition is checked. Then, so for one, since parent ID is null, we will put root in front of it. And for two, as you can see, parent ID is not null, right? So it will go to second condition. And in second condition, it will check whether this two is present in the parent ID column. As you can see, it is present. That means it has children. So we will put this into inner type. Again, let's move on to 3. So parent ID is not null, so it is not a root because we have a parent ID. And as you can see, 3 is not present inside the parent ID, so this will also not get satisfied. And else we will get leaf in the type. And similarly for 4 and 5. So now let's submit the solution. Let's first test it. Okay, we have an error. Incorrect syntax near the word case. Okay, I forgot to put the comma. Let's run this. So test cases are accepted. Now let's submit the solution. And it passed. So it was a good problem and it requires some logical thinking as well. How you're going to categorize them into leaf, root, and inner nodes. So I hope you guys understood, but still, if you have any doubts, you can post them in the comment section and I will try to resolve them. Thank you.